What's up, family? What's going on? I forgot to share this thing in my my Instagram situation. Y'all, this cold is kind of getting the best of you girls. So I'm gonna do my best here to try to put it in my story real quick now that I've figured it out. But I want to say what's up to everybody that decided to make it on anyway. I love each and every one of you guys. Um so I am going to do this. Blah 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 blah. Y'all, again, forgive me. I've been a little bit under the weather. I've been trying to push through anyway. Work doesn't stop, because you're not feeling well. So I want to go ahead and tell you guys, thank you guys for supporting me anyway. I try to be committed to this. And I take this very seriously for you guys. And so even if I'm not feeling well, your girl's gonna get some medication and she gonna drink some coffee and she gonna make this thing happen with y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this here. Click here. I want to tell you guys a funny story because I thought about you guys recently. I'm gonna do live now. Don't miss it. All right, so I am gonna update this in my story. Lord of mercy. Whoo, y'all. Okay, so here we go. So you guys, welcome. Thank you, Corey, for saying that. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nick. Oh wow, you guys are being so nice to me today. Thank you for complimenting me and making me feel good about myself. I appreciate it. I had kind of like a rough night of sleep last night. Some of you guys knew, some of you guys don't. Just quick story. But I have lupus, and so when I get sick, like normal sick, like a cold, my immune system can decide it's strong enough to handle it or not. And my immune system has said, nah, we not feeling this. So I am it's a little bit tougher for me. Gets me a little bit more sleepy and stuff like that. But I think God is good and he's given me the ability to speak and I can talk and I can do my thing. So it is what it is. We're going to power through this thing, right? We here. So I want to thank you guys for showing up. We are almost at 325,000 subscribers, which is insane. I cannot believe it because it's like, wow, how did we even get here? But we have gotten here. We're almost at 325,000 subscribers. That's right. Last week I said, woo, we made 300,000. Now we're at almost 325,000 subscribers, and I have you guys to thank. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for like showing up, showing out, supporting me, and just being so amazing. Like I just thank you guys so much. Like, who would have thought that I would be doing this, and who would have thought that Game Changer Nation would be as fast growing as it is? I get emails every day, people wanting to help me grow now that they see me grow, which is hilarious to me. I think it's so funny because you get the emails. Oh, we want to help you grow. We want to help you grow. Okay, where were you when I had like 1,000 subscribers? You know what I'm saying? Like, where were you then? Now I'm at 300 something. Now you want to help me? Like, come on now. Nah, y'all. Well, anyway. So, y'all, I have a funny story. I'm going to save it for the very end of the video because it's something I experienced. And, guys, I want you to pay attention to it. So, it's a story I just experienced, you guys. I really want to put guys on game because I'm trying to tell you guys what not to do. I had a recent experience with a guy, and I was like, oh, do not, guys that follow me, please don't ever do this. This is not how you decide. That's not how you lock anything down. So I'm gonna tell this story later on. You got to stay tuned all the way to the end to hear this story that I got to tell you guys. It's a little bonus tip. Okay, don't ever do this. Okay, so anyway, y'all, let's get into the meat of the message. So today I got into before I even do that, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. You guys, your girls posting content almost daily, twice a day. If we're being real, 3 times a week is long form content. I'm doing lives twice a week. I'm doing pre-recorded long form content every Monday. So you guys don't want to miss any part of it. Go ahead and please hit the subscribe button, notification bell, because again, I don't want you guys to miss anything. I've got a lot going on, and I think it's just like a lot. Like for example, Monday, I will be posting this on my community tab. I will be going live with Hardly Initiated Podcast. I'm very excited about going on their platform and going live and doing my thing. So don't miss that. It's gonna be fun. I haven't sat down with those young men, and I'm excited to do so. I've seen their growth from tonight's conversation to now, so I'm very excited to be able to be a part of their platform. And I'll definitely be drinking some coffee, as you see right here. So anyway, what's up, Peggy? What's up, Carlo? What's up, Hillary? What's up, Charles? What's up, Corey? Thank you so much, Ina, Tasha, Rodney, Pam, Lanaya, Jason, Tavares. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys very much. Thank you. Again, I want to thank you guys in advance if I'm not able to do in the moment for, your supports, the super chats, the cash apps. It means a lot to me. It takes a lot sometimes to come on here, especially days like today. You can see my eyes are like kind of red and stuff like that. I'm not well, but I go out of my way because I want to make sure that I'm showing up for you guys. So I do appreciate the love and support that you guys show me, no matter what. All right. So anyway, nonetheless, want to thank you in advance. We're going to go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. And this is a video that y'all I saw on social media. I saw this video on Instagram, if I'm being honest, and I thought that this was very, very interesting. Again, I really enjoy watching this particular podcast. It's a BTS pod. I need to watch them like all the way through. I think that it just seems like a really cool podcast out of Africa. I think out of some part of Africa, I believe, because they keep talking about Africa and things like that on the podcast. So anyway, I want to watch them soon because I think they have a really great dynamic going on. But they have a dilemma. People write to them and they have a dilemma, and the dilemma in this one is unique. It caught my attention. And so I want to go through this with my Game Changer Nation, okay? Because I know we got men on here, and I know we got ladies on here, and I want to talk about this with y'all. So I'm going to try to put this to this. Maybe I can make that bigger. Okay. All right, you guys, here we go. Y'all ready to watch it? Y'all ready to watch it? Let me see some ones in the chat if you're ready to watch it. If you are ready to watch it, let's put some ones in the chat. Put some ones in the chat. In the chat, put some ones in the chat if you're ready to watch. Oh goodness. All right. I don't see no ones in the chat. Okay, now I see ones in the chat. It all happened at one time. All right. Perfect. So let's go ahead and watch this piece of content. All right. I don't know if I click this one.
He even gives me bigger portions than him and serves.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Me and my boyfriend have been dating for a few months. I really like him, but a doubt in my head exists all the time. They were chilling after dinner, and he looks at her for a minute or so and goes, "You really need to start going to the gym."
Hey!
So she said, ever since that day, I've been so insecure about eating in front of him.
No, stop.
Because he comments on my portion size. I have to monitor that I only eat twice a day around him. And sometimes you can even hear my stomach screaming for food. He even gives me bigger portions than him and serves it to me to see if I will finish eating it all. And if I do, he comments that I've eaten too much. Can you imagine? He dishes out the portion and make sure he gets something bigger so that he can then comment and say, "See, I give you even extra."
What? About you giving me more food to try and test me? Nah. How can you be testing me with food in my own house?
Now, there's another incident that happened between them. Basically, it was his birthday and he was turning 27. And she decided to do something special for him. So she did those scavenger hunts where you do like the 27 different gifts. Then says to her, you know I wouldn't do this for you, right?
What?
As in, I wouldn't go to this much effort.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
boying it. My sister
what
leave.
he hates you.
Boy. And he said, I hope you aren't expecting any tears or anything. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for a few months.
All right, y'all. So I am going to go ahead. I want to let you guys know I'm going to play this thing again because there's people that are just joining the chat. This is what we're going to be talking about today. This is one of the clips that I will be playing. And I want to get into it. I want to get into it. In fact, while it's playing again, I'm going to get my sunglasses because I got something to say. Your girl got something to say about this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this thing again. I'm going to drink another bit of my coffee because, ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. But I want to hear what y'all have to say too. I want to hear what y'all have to say, So let's get into it.
I really like him, but a doubt in my head exists all the time. They were chilling after dinner and he looks at her for a minute or so and goes, you really need to start going to the gym.
Hey!
Jesus be offense, God.
So she said, ever since that day, I've been so insecure about eating in front of him.
No, stop.
Because he comments on my portion size. I have to monitor that I only eat twice a day around him. And sometimes you can even hear my stomach screaming for food. He even gives me bigger portions than him and serves it to me to see if I will finish eating it all. And if I do, he comments that I've eaten too much. Can you imagine? He dishes out the portion and makes sure he gets something bigger so that he can then comment and say, see, I gave you even
What? About you giving me more food to try and test me. I can't be testing me with food in my own house.
Now, there was another incident that happened between them. Basically, it was his birthday and he was turning 27. And she decided to do something special for him. So she did those scavenger hunts where you do like the 27 different gifts. Then says to her, you know I wouldn't do this for you, right?
What? As in, I wouldn't go to this much effort.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
boying it. My sister leave.
He hates you.
Boy. And he said, I hope you aren't expecting any tears or anything.
Okay.
Me and my boyfriend.
So we don't stop sharing this. We don't stop sharing this. Yeah, I got the sunglasses on. There's a reason for the sunglasses on. What? Let's just say first and foremost, what do y'all think about this before I start going into it? Because I done been drinking my coffee. I had my tea. I'm ready to dig in. I'm ready to cook, if you will. I'm ready to cook. Chef Sam, boy RD is in the building. I'm ready to cook on y'all. That's what I'm saying to y'all. I'm ready to chef. But I want to know what y'all think about this. That's what I want. I want to know what y'all think about this. Because I'm going to break this down from a million different perspectives. And I'm ready to chef it up. I done drank I'm actually going to drink the rest of my coffee. By the time you listen, let me see what y'all got to say. Ooh, let her cook. May not want me to cook, Lord. Jesus, help me, God. Jesus. Oh, God. Ooh, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm reading the comments, y'all. I'm reading the comments now. Ooh, why she need to leave? She need to leave him is what I think about this. There's nothing wrong with a woman eating all that she wants. He's just controlling. No, Pam, he's straight disrespectful. What Pam said, I didn't even see what Pam says. Love me a big woman. I think there's a way to do things, and that ain't it. Yeah, for sure. Relax now, Sam. Go get and take your time, Sam Lang. We get to see the beauty better. Thank you. It is appreciated. That queen needs to find her work. Here's the big thing here, guys. So here's the thing. The first part of it we're gonna go back. I'm actually gonna go back and play the clip again because we're gonna break this thing down thoroughly, okay? Because this needs to be broken down thoroughly, with lots of thought, lots of exclamation points. I'm gonna put this back. Hold up.
Like him, a doubt in my head exists
Hold
all
up,
the time.
hold up. This
We were
is where
chilling
I gotta
after dinner.
stop. I gotta stop. She said after I really like my boyfriend, we've been together for a couple of months. Things have been really great, but this is the delusion that I be talking about with women. You can't eat. You can't even eat, my sister. Like you saying you have to eat 2 of your meals in front of him, and you can't even eat because this man's making you feel uncomfortable for doing a biological need. Like what we need to do is eat and drink. That's what we need to do. And you've got a man in your life who is saying, I think you're fat. It's not like we've been together for years. Ain't like I had a baby. Ain't like no. We've been together for a couple of months. And a man is sitting there making you feel so uncomfortable. Couple of months. Exactly, Delano, 2 months. We've been together for 2 months and you already doing this? But you start off saying that the relationship is great and I really like him? Now, there could be a couple of things going on here. Of course, I don't know what this young woman is. I don't know what this young woman actually looks like, right? No one knows who or what this woman looks like. I'm going to go from 2 different perspectives. If she does have a weight issue or if she doesn't have a weight issue, right? We're going to go through 2 different perspectives. First perspective, it's only been a couple of months. Meaning that I don't know how much weight a woman can gain in a couple of months. Let's just start there. Maybe she could gain 10 pounds. 20 would be extreme. Let's say she gained 10 pounds. Regardless, that if the 10 pounds is a lot, that means that she had a weight issue to begin with. Correct? We can all assume that. Men, if you are with a woman that you are not attracted to, okay, and that's what I'm finding. A lot of guys are deciding to be with women that they are not actually attracted to, which I think is a very new and unbecoming phenomenon because of the fact that they're trying to settle down. Maybe there's men that are there's some men, and this is not the men in the chat, but there are men that are looking for women, specifically certain kinds of women that deal with certain insecurities, to take care of them. Okay? There are men that do that, right? No, simps don't do that, go-getter, because that don't make sense. Because the women in this situation are simping because they're taking care of the man, right? The man is just playing on a woman's insecurities, essentially. Okay? And so I actually have had somebody that I know, or I know of, not close, but know of, where a man not from this country came to this country and, found a woman out here who was not, y'all see it on 90 Day Fiance all the time. Okay. These men are not attracted to the women that they are essentially getting. They are utilizing this woman to get to a need, simply. But in the process of getting to this need, they cannot help themselves by expressing how much they're not attracted to the person that they're with. So my thought process in this is, if y'all ain't, I understand. Let's look at the reverse. If a woman is after a man for financial gain and she's after him for, just a lifestyle, this, that, and the third, you think that woman's sitting in a house telling him, hey, you need to lose weight. Hey, you need to do this, that, and the third? No. She is being as happy, as sexual, as amazing, as pleasant as possible. But yet on the reverse, a man will actually, what I've seen in a lot of situations is a man will actually make a woman that they are using for certain things, they will make that woman feel like they're less than. I don't get it. If you're utilizing somebody for means to an end, why is it that you cannot help but share how unattracted you are to the person that you are using for their benefits? Because if the reverse with a woman ain't doing that to a man she is using for financial benefits. He could be 600 pounds. She gonna make him feel good about it. Because she is using him for ends to a means or means to an end. Why? So why do I bring this up, Sam? Why do you bring this up? Because in my mind, I realize, and I've like really come to understand, and women, we have to internalize this too. Men cannot run away from being attracted to someone. Attraction has to be there. It has to. I think that men try to, like, they try to, oh, well, I'm gonna marry her, she a good girl, blah blah blah. They cannot run away from the internal levels of attraction that they have to certain things. They just cannot. I've seen it over and over and over again. Women can overcome the whole, oh, I'm not physically attracted to you, but you bring other things that make you attracted. Men cannot overcome that barrier. And if a man in the very beginning is expressing to you that he is not as attracted to you, he's already in 2 months showing you that he is not that attracted to you. This is not a sign of a hopeful and amazing future. This is already somebody coming into the gate trying to change you. Already coming into the gate, not only trying to change you, but how is he around you for 2 meals? Do y'all live together in 2 months? That also made me think that. To me, I'm already saying this young woman is obviously for a man. This is a man that maybe, I don't know if this is a man that's preying on. I don't know what the situation is. But this is already, just talking about the young woman, this is already a young woman who may not have a lot of options. I already can tell by the way she's acting in the situation. Because, or a viable options or options like the man she has now, because she's dealing with some BS to stay with some man. Okay, let's just start there. So to me, it's like, okay, you with this dude, he's insulting you. He's making you feel like you're fat. You can't even eat in front of him, yet you describe the relationship as good. It kind of reminds me of a situation. I watched I watched my boy, Dear Future Wife. He had Denia Jackson, I believe, on, and she was talking about how her ex-husband, or soon to be a former husband, I don't know what their situation is, but Dear Jackson, how when she was dealing with him, she felt like he was she just couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe that she had gotten him. Like, he was this athlete, he was this guy that was getting a lot of women. And so when he decided to be with her, she just kind of accepted a lot of things that she later regretted because of the fact that she could not believe that the situation was the way that it was. Like, she could not believe that she got this guy, right? She locked this guy down. And so it's very reminiscent to me of that same situation where it's like, I'm dealing with things that I know I shouldn't be dealing with because I'm clearly writing into a show about a dilemma. that I have, knowing that this has got to be wrong. But because I've got this guy who I may feel like I can't believe I got him. I can't believe this guy is my dude and I'm with him and he chose me. I'm going to allow and accept a lot of things I shouldn't because of the fact that I just can't believe I got him. And what we have, that's when I know for certain, and this is not just with women, this is with men too. When we stop looking at people from, oh, I can't, they've got this, they've got that, they've got status, they've got, you know, they're attractive, they treat, you know, they got a nice smile, they, you know, they the height I like, the weight I like, all these different things that you may be looking for in a person. When we stop looking at that, and we start saying to ourselves, what is my experience with this person? What is my actual experience with that person? That's what matters. It's not about what they look like on paper. And a lot of us get so caught up in what it looks like and what they look like and how they maybe appear to the world or how they may appear to your family or whatever. We get so lost in certain things that we negate the experience that we have with that person. Like if my experience with you is negative, if my experience with you is that you're tearing me down and you're making me feel like I'm less than, and you're making me feel like I'm not good enough, and every time I'm sitting down, I'm eating with you, you're making me feel like I'm disgusting, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that. If you're making me feel those things, that's my experience. So to then describe this relationship as good shows me that you have now negated your experience with the man that you actually have. You said what he is on paper, he's a good catch for me. So I'm going to let these certain things go and talk it up and have Jesus help me with it versus actually changing the situation that is unhealthy. That's unhealthy. If a man was sitting in front of me and he was telling me that a woman was tearing him down, talking about him, talking about what he holding past mistakes over his head. If a woman was doing the same things to him, while he was eating, she's making him feel bad and making him feel like he shouldn't eat anymore, and that he's wrong and he's this and just making it so uncomfortable that he doesn't feel comfortable doing a basic human need, I would be telling him to run too. I would also be telling him that he needs to value himself more. Because to me, to describe the relationship as good and then to further go into a dynamic for a couple of months where you're eating with this guy twice a day. He wants you to eat in front of him twice a day so that he can monitor your food intake to make sure that you don't gain any more weight or lose weight is absolutely wild to me. But the fact that she allows him and the fact that she's sitting there and letting him do it leaves me to believe that she thinks a part of her believes that she deserves that. Part of her is like, well, if he's saying that, then that's the truth. And I'm going to adopt his truth because I want our relationship. I want our relationship so bad that I'm going to not take in what he's doing and how it's making me feel. I'm just going to assimilate to what he's the emotional abuse that I'm experiencing, because that's exactly what that is emotional abuse. But it does show me that maybe she does have weight issues, right? Let's go on from that perspective. If you do have weight issues, or you are with a woman that has weight issues, or you feel like she would benefit from losing some weight, there's a way to handle it. That's not it. That's not it. You only, first off, sir, whoever this guy is, you only been with her for 2 months. Leave the relationship. You ain't got to lock it down with her. If you are that, if her weight is such a problem for you that you've got to monitor her eating twice a day, maybe she ain't the one for you. maybe you just need to let her go and do her own thing. Instead of forcing a relationship with someone who you clearly you're not attracted to. Like, that's the point. You're not attracted to this person. And she feels it. She feels that, and that's the thing, you guys. That's what I'm saying to a lot of women on here and men. You cannot run. You cannot run from someone not being attracted to you. But man's not that attracted to you, you're going to feel that thing. That's why I even think when men decide to be with women earlier on in success versus later on in success, some women in relationships, and some women in their relationships are able to make it past that. But, you know, with men having more success, they get more options, more options that are more attractive. It opens up the door for them. And I think that that's a hard thing for a man to settle down prior to having those options, because, you know, it's hard for him to say no to those options once they become viable and available to him. You know, I know a lot of men that have not been able to pass that test. That once they get to, you know, they get to a certain level of fame, notoriety, and financial status, that once they get there, they end up messing up, slipping up. The woman that was there for them in the beginning of the journey no longer looks like the women that are coming at him every single day. And that makes it very hard to stay in that situation and be everything that he's supposed to be or had promised himself to be. Right? And so I think that that's why I would prefer, in my experience, I prefer a man who's seasoned. I prefer a man who's already had everything he's wanted to get. I prefer a man that's already, you know, you've been out here, or you've been in the industry, if you've been in something, you've been in it for a minute, you know exactly what you want. But somebody that's just getting on, yeah, no, I don't want that. Because you never know. You need to be, I feel like a lot of men need to get that out of their system. They need to be able to experience that. Experience those options. Experience being able to get those kind, the women that they've probably always dreamed about getting. If you always get women, that's a whole different thing. But I just say men cannot run away from being attracted. That you've got to honor your attraction. I think a lot of our society, oh, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Yeah, but if he's not attracted to you, I don't care how good she is. He's not attracted to you. And in this situation, he's not attracted to this woman. Even the way, y'all, I'm going to play the rest of the clip. Even the way he ends the clip where she does all of this for his birthday. She does his performance. You know, she's trying to get him to see the value in her, which is what's making me so sad. She's like auditioning for her relationship. Like every day she's trying to put on this performance to get him to see the value in her. He's like, you know, I would never do this for you, right? What? You know, I would never do this for you, right? Don't expect tears from you purchasing 27 gifts on a scavenger hunt. I don't know if y'all caught that. For his birthday, she went and like created a scavenger hunt for his 27th birthday and hid 27 gifts. And he was like, I hope, I would never do anything like this for you. What? So what we doing? Sis, you've got to value yourself more. You have got to value yourself more than to be with a man who does not want to be with you. He already saying, I'm not going to meet your effort. You doing a lot for me. I would never do this for you. I'm not attracted to you. I think you're fat. We're 2 months in. We're 2 months in. We already got these type of issues 2 months in. Boy, bye. Okay. And Lanaya, absolutely. Miss Lady needs to do a subtraction, not an attraction to Bozo the Clown. And to Vernon's point, she sounds desperate. Ladies, when we decide to stay in relationships that we know are beneath everything we said that we were going to do, we talked about this last night, the cruise season. When you say you're not going to deal with something, when you say you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, and you don't do anything about it at all, you take issue with something that you know is wrong and you stay anyway, every time you make a decision to stay in a situation that is below anything you said you would stay in, you are literally decreasing your value every single time. This man has no value. He does not put you on a pedestal. He does not see you as his equal. He's already telling you that he thinks that I already can kind of tell with the situation in my head. This is a young woman, whether it's true or not, her perception of herself is low. She cannot value herself. She cannot value herself, look at herself in the mirror and say, I'm a bad mama jamma, and tolerate this kind of behavior. This is a woman that does not like herself. And mind you, y'all, there are some bad women in the world that don't like themselves. So there are some beautiful women that will deal with some terrible things because of the way that they see themselves. Perception is key. Perception is key. How I see myself means more than anything else. By the decisions that you make in relationships, I can tell how you see yourself. And for you to be in a relationship with a man that treats you this way, you do not have a high perception of self. You do not value yourself on a high level. You don't. You're literally letting this man disrespect you every single day. And calling it a good relationship. Calling it love. So my thought process is, so what's the point of that? I'd rather be by myself than to be with a man who makes me feel uncomfortable eating. Even if the young woman is a little bit overweight. Let's say she is. Let's just say she is. The way she's acting makes me feel like she thinks on some level he's got some validity. She's acting like she feels that he's correct in his assessment of her. Even if that is the case, I'd rather be eating my ice cream and cupcakes in peace than to have a man that I'm around that makes me feel uncomfortable about myself. What's the point of that? What's the point of that, y'all? What's the point of that? What's the point of being with somebody that makes you feel less than as often as he does, And y'all only been together for 2 months. What's the point? What's the point of this relationship? Just to say you've got somebody? This is, y'all, okay. This is gonna get me hot. Whoo, jeez, this is gonna get me hot. This is passion for me. This is passionate for me. Because this is something that really, really bothers me. This really, really bothers me, y'all. I strongly dislike how much women today in society are obsessed with the idea of being married and in relationship. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with being with someone. The obsession with being with someone supersedes standards, supersedes understanding the responsibilities that sometimes come with that position. We will go on shows and say I do to a complete stranger. We will go on a show and go behind closed doors, which I think actually is pretty cool. Besides the proposal part, I think Love is Blind is a cool thing. But go behind these doors and choose somebody just based off of their voice, based off our conversation. We do all these, we jump through hoops. We have reality shows where we go on islands, we go in faraway countries, we compete together in different things just to find love. This obsession with relationships, it supersedes common sense. It supersedes common sense. We're not even thinking about anything else but being with someone. And I know a lot of it has to do with the fact that people look at you as a woman. If you're single and you're not in a relationship, people can look at you like you're not good enough or there's something wrong with you. But I think the biggest issue that I see is that we have become so obsessed with this desire to be married, to desire to be with somebody. We are so obsessed with being in relationship with people that we are not making wise decisions on who we're deciding to be with. We just want to be with somebody. We just want to be with somebody. Not do the work. Not understand who they are, not pay attention to how they treat us, not pay attention to purpose, not pay attention to whether we're aligned or not aligned, not pay attention to how we're being treated, not pay attention to all the things that actually do matter when you're making decisions about people. We would rather stay in relationships with broken people that need a lot of work rather than to figure it out on your own. And women are really the culprits of this. Stay in broken relationships with men that treat us terribly just to say we got a man. For what? I would say the same thing to a man. In fact, I have said the same thing to a man. Because men get treated and shamed too. And they stay in these relationships. Stay with women that put them down, that make them feel less than. For what? Oh, because I love her. No, you don't love her. She's giving you, there's something validation-wise, there's something your ego is getting from that relationship. That's not love. That's not love that you're receiving from somebody. When all they do is put you down, your experience with this person is just feeding the insecure thoughts that you're already experiencing. That's not love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not self-seeking. Love doesn't keep any kind of wrongs. Love is not jealous. That's my issue. We're not experiencing love. We're obsessed with the idea of relationships and have absolutely no idea how to keep them together, have absolutely no skills. We're not being taught any abilities or understandings of what type of mentality we have to adopt. Instead, we just like to tear each other down, use the internet, tear each other down, tear up down men, tear down women. That's all we do all day long without really trying to figure out how to have real connection with people. Real connection with people. And this young woman is utilizing in her decision making, she's allowing her insecurities to drive the car. She's allowing her insecurities to drive the car. Her insecurities have her in a relationship where she's being disrespected, honestly, emotionally abused, just to have a man, just to say you got a man. What's the point of that? When I saw that, y'all, it just hurt me. Because so much of us are looking for love in all the wrong places. I've been guilty of that. Looking for love in all the wrong places. All the wrong places. Breaking my own heart, trying to stay in relationships with people. Not paying attention to my experience. Not paying attention to my experience with that person. How is that person treating me? Am I being loved? Am I being respected? Am I being honored? And if the answer is no, then I got to go. Am I being celebrated? Or do I feel like I'm being tolerated? If the answer is no, I've got to go. I'm not going to stay in places where, especially with a person that I'm dating, this ain't even a man you married to. It's a man you're dating who is telling you, I will not invest in you, go as far as you have gone for you. I will not do it. It's never going to happen. All you doing for me is cool, but I'm not going to go as far. I'm not going to do what you're doing for me. It's almost like he's bullying her, in my perception. It's like he's getting off on being mean to her and negative towards her and tearing her down. How do you sleep with this man? I don't know how you get comfortable enough to sleep with him. If that's your experience with him. I'm sorry, no. We have to start having some standards for ourselves. We have to start valuing ourselves more than just being in relationships blindly. Just like, oh, love. I love them. I love them. Well, sometimes love ain't enough. Love ain't enough. How do you treat me? What does your love do? That's what people don't get. If I love you, there are going to be certain things I do for you. There's going to be certain things that I sacrifice, that I go out of my way to do and make you feel. If I love you. If my love is abusive, if my love tears you down, if my love shames you, if my love causes insecurities, if my love makes you feel like you've got to walk on eggshells because I can't handle the truth, if my love is making you feel like you are not good enough for anybody at any time, if my love is that, that's not love. I don't want your love if that's your love. You can keep that and give it to somebody else. That's my whole point, Delano. Then leave. Get up out of here. What we doing? We wasting time. If you're going to sit here and tear me down in the 2 months that we've been together, we wasting time, baby. We wasting time. You can keep that. Kick rocks. And watch how the next chick don't do half the things that I did for your birthday. Should have appreciated me while you had me. Now, she had enough. If she said, listen, and this is where the game changer is. If she said, you know what, I'm done with this relationship, out of here. If she said that and she left him, oh, he would actually respect her more. Guaranteed. Probably like, oh, she does have a backbone. I underestimated her. Nah, I'm sorry, sis. You have got to love yourself more than your desire to be in relationships. And that's what, when we come down to it, y'all, when we do that much and we overlook so much just to be in a relationship with somebody, that means that the relationship or the idea of being in a relationship has become your God. That's what you're worshiping. I'm putting that before all common sense. I'm not utilizing any type of wisdom or discernment. I want to be with somebody so bad that I'm willing to overlook the fact that they abuse me constantly. They've torn me down and ripped my sense of self to shreds. Whatever little bit of self-esteem I had before this person is being shredded down every single day. I'm not willing to sacrifice myself or my soul to be in relationship with other people. And too many women, because of our society, are obsessed with being in relationships. Obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. And I get it. You know, I want to be in relationships too. I want to have a healthy marriage, you know, white picket fence, whatever it looks like, with, you know, with the dog and the kids, whatever. I want all that too. But I'm not willing to put my standards to the side and allow myself to be abused in order for me to have a relationship. I'm just not willing to do that. I'm not willing to sacrifice myself and sacrifice my mental well-being in order to have a man. What does that do for me? I don't think that people are perfect. You know, no one's perfect. I ain't gonna say that. No one's perfect. I'm not going in thinking that you're gonna find Prince Charming and he gonna be, you know, riding the white horse and just amazing and never messes up. Like, that's not my thought process at all. But what I am saying is that I'm not going to allow myself to be abused or torn down just to not be lonely. I'm not going to be with somebody that's decided that they're going to sit down at every meal and test me and shame me for how much I'm eating. I'm not going to be with somebody who tells me they're not going to do or go the lengths that I've gone to love them. That is being desperate for love. That's being, I want to be loved so bad that I'm willing to take scraps in order for a man to love me, a mere mortal to love me. And the reality is, when you do start doing that, that's worship. I started worshiping a mere mortal, and I'm putting my soul on the altar to a human being. Nah. Mm-mm. No, Michael, I'm not gonna say they don't have no hope. They have hope. They have hope. They just have to decide to utilize hope, to stand in hope. That's the whole point, Arthur. I'd rather get a dog. I'd rather get a dog than to be in a broken relationship where somebody tearing me down. Absolutely not. I'd rather get a dog. I'd rather pick up a hobby, get a dog, start hanging out with my homegirls, please. But Sloan, I think women today, I think a lot of women want to be in relationships, Sloan. I will argue that the women that men are wanting to be in relationships with don't. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of women want relationships. A lot of women want relationships. I think the women that men want don't. That's what I think. Because I see a lot of women that are doing what this young lady did in this video, or is talking about in this video, where she's accepting scraps just to say she got a man. I know a lot of women that are doing that. More women doing that than women that are just saying, no, I just want money, this, that, and the third. I'm seeing a lot of women, I think a lot of men want a certain kind of woman. And that kind of woman has a lot of men that want her. And so she has the luxury to say, nah, I want a bag. I want money, bump love. I don't want to do that. Like, that's what I think. I think that because of my belief system, obviously, I want relationship. I can get my own bag. I want relationships. But yeah, exactly, Patrick. But then again, these women on Instagram are not, because again, women on Instagram, you probably referring to like IG models. Yeah, they getting everybody. So they're not trying to settle down. They trying to see what they can get. They're trying to get as much as they can get before they can't get it no more. That's the reality. But if you're talking about like women just in general, I think most women want relationships. I think most women want to be with somebody. But I think a lot of men want certain kind of women. My point is they don't know how to have a relationship, even the below average ones. Well, I would agree with that too. I don't think they do either. I don't think that they I don't think that a lot of women know. I mean, listen, let's be real. I'm still learning how to be in relationship. If we're being real, I think we're all learning how to be in relationships all the time. Like last night, y'all saw me on with cruise season. There's things I'm learning. I'm still learning on the job. I don't have it all figured out. I always believe that, God didn't put us on this earth for us to live life for ourselves. I believe God put us on this earth for us to live life and for other people to be edified and grow from our existence. right? That's what I believe. I believe that we don't live life like I learn a lesson. It's not just for me to learn the lesson. It's for others to learn the lesson through me as well. I have that responsibility. And so I say that to say that I'm learning on the job and I'm sharing the lessons I've learned, like I did last night with cruise season, because I learned a lot from cruise season. You know, even in that or trill from cruise season, should I say? But I think that it's just sad to me, the mentality that I'm seeing with a lot of young women is that I want so badly to be loved. I want so badly for a man to choose me and be in relationship with me that I'm willing to accept scraps just to say I got a man. I'm willing to accept all that comes with it just to say I got a man. And I think that that's very, very sad. I think men have that part down better. Only thing that I will argue in this situation is that this man is with a woman that he clearly doesn't like. So it comes into question, what are you doing, sir? Why are you with her? I think most men are more discerning about relationships and who they want to be with versus women. But then I also come into question, okay, dude, you with her though. You're like trying to regulate her meals and making her eat in front of you twice a day. Like, if that's, why are you with her then? That leads me to think there's a means to an end here. Old girl getting played in some way, shape, or form. That's what I think. What y'all think? What y'all think? I want to know what y'all think. Because I think if you with somebody that you got to monitor what they eating twice a day and you doing all this, then I need to know, what do you guys think? I think old girl getting played. Yeah, I think Vaughn dated. That's funny, Vaughn. You're right, Sam. It just means he don't care what people say. Too much work. Not sure. Didn't see the video. He got a whole family down the street and kids in college. You're right. Not even trying. That's what I'm saying. If he's not. She had to be doing something for him why he's choosing to stay a manager eating. Exactly, Tamika. That's how I feel. He's not attracted to her. You think he got a whole family. The autopilot function is broken in relationships. Free game. See how she read through the poem? She got quiet too. Michael, you gotta read. You gotta read it. You gotta be able to write. You gotta, if you're gonna start like putting out warnings, Michael, you have to like be grammatically correct as well, sir. Like, because the reality of this situation is that, you know, guys, I'm sorry, and this is something that really, really bothers me. It bothers me a lot, and so I'm gonna go into it. I dislike how men today, with the way that things are on social media space, how we make it about women versus men. If y'all, Michael said, and I'm gonna read it since you wanted attention, sir. If y'all can't read through these woman signs nowadays, we are all doomed. Here's the problem with what you're saying. The way that men and women are acting today, we are all doomed. You're absolutely right. But it's not just about women, and it's not just about men. Women are doing things that are wrong. Men are doing things for being wrong. All right, y'all. Well, oh, Michael, poor Michael. Bye. Anyway, I don't like the tit for tat, back and forth. I don't like it. I don't like when people do that, because to me, it's just disrespectful. It's disrespectful. We're all at fault. We all got issues, not just men, not just women. In this story, yes, I could be hyper focused on a woman staying in that type of situation and dynamic. I could be hyper focused on her. But the reality of it is, there's also another person in it. I could be hyper focused on her. I could be hyper focused on him. I'm using my time on this platform to talk about both. Sir, why are you with a woman that you do not like, that you are obviously not attracted to? Why are you with her? Why are you wasting time? If time is your most valuable asset, and we've established in this live that men cannot run away from their attraction to women. You have to be attracted to a woman. It is what it is. Don't make a decision about a female that you're not attracted to. Because over time, it's gonna come across. You're gonna be like, I'm not really as attracted to her. I'd rather get something that is more in line with what I like and what I'm attracted to than to get something that's not what I'm attracted to, because eventually it catches up with you. That's just me. I believe that God works within our attraction. That's everybody. I think God works within our attraction, not to run from what you're attracted to. You're attracted to it. You're attracted to it for a reason, right? And so I don't think that you become unrealistic with your attraction, but I do think that you can't run away from your attraction. There's an aspect of it that's indicative for you. There's something about your attraction that God is going to use. And so I think that there's a certain aspect of this man that's like, okay, sir, why are you dealing with a woman you're not even attracted to? You're wasting time. But then on the other side, I'm also looking at a woman that's like, girl, you know this ain't good. You know this man ain't treating you right. And you know that this is not good behavior, because you're writing into a show and you're expressing how he's treating you, knowing that it's a dilemma. So both parties are at fault here. It's not just the man. It's not just the woman. And the point of my platform is not to say, oh, man, bad, 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 or women, bad, 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 bad. It's like, okay, no, how do we bridge this gap? Men, don't run away from your attraction. And if you are going to use somebody for some resources and for whatever, treat them right. Dang. Listen, what do women that are with men with money do? They treat them right. Okay? They treat those men right. They ain't talking them crazy. They ain't making them feel like, oh, you're this or you're that or you're old or you're ugly or you're fat. They're not doing that. They're making them feel amazing. If you gonna use somebody, use them right. Go on, watch how these women do it. They're making these men feel like kings. Okay, so if you're gonna use a woman, at least treat her well. At least treat her like a queen. Because the rate that you are at, you about to get replaced. I'm just saying, if you gonna use me, at least use me and treat me well. Jeez, come on. Get with the program, sir. He's not even good at using her. And the problem is, even in him not treating her well and being used, she still thinks it's a good relationship. I can't believe this. Yeah, I can't believe this. You gonna use me and be disrespectful? You gonna use me and what? What we do that at? Even when we were kids, y'all, and we want to ask our parents for something, did we do something wrong and then ask them? No. When we did something, when we wanted something from our parents, we did clean up the whole house. We did all of our chores. We even might have made them a plate if we could cook. You fluffed them up to be able to ask for something from your parents. This guy is being downright disrespectful. He is telling her that he will never invest in her the same way she's investing in him. So to me, it's like, you're not playing by the same, like, this is not, you don't even know how to do this right. You don't even know you don't even know how to use her well. You so not attracted to her, you can't even help not showing that you're not attracted to her. That's how low you have gone. That you have to use a woman that you can't even pretend to like. Which is a lot about you, if you asking me. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Exactly, Rodney, because he knows a tribal, if that's the case, then why doesn't he just get rid of her? If you don't want her, just say, I don't want you. He's saying everything else. He obviously still needs her for some reason if he's there. So if that's the case, then make her feel like a queen. It like, that's my whole point. Make her feel like $1 million if you're gonna use her, baby. That's what I'm saying. You don't even know what you doing. If you talk to the dudes, if you watch the show 90 Day Fiance, right? These men are clearly using these women. Clearly, it is very clear they're using these women. You think they're making them feel terrible about themselves? No, they are making that woman feel like $1 million. They are making her feel like $100 million. They are saying she's the queen of the North. They're saying that she has the best body since sliced bread. They are saying she is finer than a parking ticket. They are laying it on thick. That is how, they be getting everything they want. I seen on the show, a woman, I mean, she had given up her entire retirement, which I think at that time was like $523,000. Like, because he was fluffing her head up so much. I'm just saying. So to me, it's like, if you are, you that's why the guy, and I'm coming at both parties here. I'm coming at both parties. Women and men. Because he's not even hiding that he doesn't want to be with her, and she so desires to be with him that she's overlooking these signs that have absolutely affected her, but she would rather be with him than to acknowledge that he don't want me. He don't want me. He's not really interested in this kind of relationship. So I mean, that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's wild to me. It's wild to me to see that. I mean, that really, for her to describe the relationship as good is what really hit me in my stomach. Because I'm like, girl, you know this ain't good. Like, let's not, you deserve better than that. You really, really do. And y'all, we might not be everybody, there's somebody that's more beautiful than everybody, right? But the way that you value yourself, is going to determine what you allow and what you don't. The more you value your time and your energy and your sacrifices, the less access people will have to you that are undeserving of that. You know, not because they're less than you or anything like that, but if people are not aligned and they're not aligned, like at this point in my life, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but Game Changer Nation, I'm not so obsessed with being in a relationship or wanting whatever. I'm not so caught up in that I negate what I desire ultimately for my life. I'm not. I know that God has something incredible for me, and it's for me. And I'm not compromising that, even if it feels a little bit off. I'm not compromising that for anything. I'm not. I'm not gonna sit on a date with somebody. Listen, I get on phone calls now. And when I'm on the phone call, just what people say on the phone, I'm like, okay, no, this ain't gonna work. We're not aligned. We're not on the same page. And I let it go. I'd rather be here cooking a meal for myself, working out, doing what brings me joy, watching my shows. I'd rather do that than to allow somebody in my space that doesn't belong there. It's no longer appealing for me. It's like, okay, if this don't make sense, then what am I doing? I rather rest. I work a lot. I'd rather just lay in my bed or chill or make my favorite cookies or make my favorite meal or whatever than to be around people that are not pushing me towards purpose. or someone that is aligned with me. Like, I'm just not willing to do that. You know, I'm very picky about my time. You know, and that might make people might think that that's very rude, or, oh, you this or you that, you think you better than. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm better than, but I'm not gonna. People don't want to today. A lot of people don't want to get finesse. That's what cruise season said. People don't want to get finesse. I'm not finessing you. If I already can tell I'm not gonna like you, I ain't gonna go. If I can already tell that we don't value the same things, I'm not going. I'm saving you time, energy, and money. I'm saving me time, energy, and money. I'd rather be by myself. Real talk. Do I love men? Absolutely. Do I know the value of a man? Absolutely. But I also know that being yoked up with the wrong person is too expensive for me. I'm not just going to have somebody in my space just to have somebody in my space. For what? No. And then if something doesn't work out, I'm like, okay, cool. On to the next one. I just look at it. I look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? I look at it that way. And I feel like, exactly. And I have a baby too. So I don't play with my space. I don't play with my time. I don't play with my energy. I don't play with none of that. I don't. I work hard. I do things, get things done for my daughter and, myself. And listen, if it means I don't go on a date and cheat, cheat on my diet, well, then I'm gonna be fine or quicker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get to my goals quicker if I don't go on this date and eat bad. You know, that's where I'm at, y'all. That's where I'm at. And so it leads me to the story that I wanted to tell you guys. Y'all pay attention to this, y'all, because this is something that. How many men in the chat are dating? They're single and dating. I just want to see some ones in the chat if you're single and you're dating. I'm going to blow my nose real quick, y'all, because I have to. I'll be right back. Ooh, I got to blow my nose. Oh, how do I even? Gosh, my ears. All right, y'all, I'm back. Single and dating. Single and dating, but not getting dates. Not getting dates, or you don't want to, are you trying to date and you're not getting dates? Are you not putting yourself out there? Let's talk about it. Well, I get that. So yesterday, y'all, I went, I was working out at the gym, and there was a guy that stopped me at the working out place that I was at. I thought he was attractive. I thought he was appealing. So we got on the phone. When we got on the phone, immediately, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I felt in that situation was somebody working really hard to be everything that I am. And then wanting to get into a relationship immediately, was like, hey, let's just get into a relationship now. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know you. I don't even know you. You don't know me. We just gonna get into a relationship. You just saw me one time. You saw me one time when you want to get in a relationship today. No, I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Y'all, I don't think that's a good move for anybody to make, okay? If you're talking to a girl or whatever, yeah, why don't you just cut everybody off and just focus on me? What's the risk? What's your last name? I don't know you. No. Then it was like, oh, well, no, I mean, I don't mean that. I was just seeing if you would, I just want to see where your head was at. If you willing to take a risk. Okay. All right. And kept it rolling, and was talking about different things. But everything that I said that I want, like everything that I said I wanted, or everything I said I do, like he did. If I didn't agree, he would then not, he would, it was everything he said that he would come on strong with. If I came just as strong with my perception, he was going to change and default to my perception. Yes, Sloan saw me one time. One time. I was at the gym. One time. And was like, let's get into a relationship. Let's take a risk and let's be together. No. No. We're not. I've jumped into a relationship before, or jumped into a situation before. I've already talked about the situation where, I was married in 6 months, engaged in 2.5 months, married in 6. I was in a relationship. We were in a relationship within 2 weeks of meeting. Or a month. I think it was like he either way, very quick. I'm not gonna do that again. No, he didn't want to sleep together. He wanted to lock me down. That's what he wanted to do. Lock me down. I don't know you to lock me down. I'm not getting locked down. No, I don't know you. Let's get into a relationship. Cut off all the options. Let's get into a relationship. I don't even. What? No. And so at the end of at the end of the conversation, he was like, I think we should, meet up and whatever. I'm like, I don't think we should. I don't think we should. I think you should. I think you want something a lot sooner and a lot quicker than I want. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I wish you well on your journey. Be blessed, but I think we're not on the same page about what we want. And I've only seen you one time. We exchanged numbers, we're on the phone, and now you're saying you want a relationship. And for me, again, that's it whatever, there's people that are spontaneous like that. And I'm not even hating on the spontaneity of it all. What I'm saying is, y'all, as a man, you guys go on these conversations and you say, like, listen, I don't want this, or I don't want that. Like, I think the first thing you said was, I'm not looking for no friendship. I'm looking for a relationship with somebody. I'm really looking to settle down, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that's really great. I love that you are intentional in this, that, and the third. At the end of it, when I decide that this ain't for me because we're not aligned, and I could tell by different things in the conversation, I like somebody that's a little bit stronger in their perceptions. Like, they're not going to waver because I have a different perception. So then I say to myself, okay. And then I was like, no, this doesn't work for me. Good luck with everything. I think you're a dope person. I just don't think that this is going to work for me. And he was like, oh, well, we can be friends. I know I said that I didn't want any friends and I was strongly against it. But for you, I think that this will be a really great thing. I don't have that many people I can talk to. I'm like, no. Don't go backwards on your word like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't care what the woman looks like. I don't care what she got going on. Guys, if there are things that you are strongly into or thinking about, oh, Patrick, I know. I already knew he was trying that friend thing to move it. I already knew. I know. Oh, I know. I was like, oh no, we good. No, I'm cool with you just staying where you at, and good luck on your journey. And unfortunately, with a lot of men, that's just what it is. A double-minded man is unstable all his ways, 100% known, unknown. Don't flip-flop, y'all. Guys, if there is something that women, like for me, as when I'm talking to people, it's strong. I like a man that's strong in his thought processes. I like a man that doesn't waver. You know, stay. If that's how you feel, stick to it. Stand in it. If anybody moves, let me be the one that moves. Let me be the one. Exactly. Michael, you're right. Samantha, guys will try anything to get into your world. I got to be careful. You're right. And I've had to say to myself, like, no, like I've said, I'm telling you guys, and I'm saying this to the guys as well. Like, y'all, do not waver on that. Stay solid on your belief. If you don't want a woman, there's certain things you don't desire in a woman, right? Like, let's say you don't want a woman you don't want to be friend zone. You don't want to just kick it. You want a relationship. That's what you desire. Don't allow your attraction to a woman to supersede what you're actually looking for. Right? Stay true to who you are, man. Don't flip-flop. Stay on, because as a woman, that was so unattractive to me, to flip-flop. Stay strong in it. Like, hey, okay, you're not lying. Cool. Well, we good. I've had people, there's people that they'll say something to me and I'm like, I can't go for that. That's not something I'm into. Thank you. I wish you well on your journey. And they'll be like, nah, you good. Thank you for, you ain't got to clean it up. It's cool. I get it. No problem. I appreciate you. I respect that you that's where you are right now. That's usually what the response is, or no response at all. When I say that, this ain't for me. But again, I say all this to say, guys, working with you guys and working on my platform, it's very much like if something doesn't align, I'm not going to force something to fit that don't fit. I feel like God is calling me and testing me in my ability to say no to things. Not just because it's maybe it's an appealing offer. Maybe it's something that I'm somewhat attracted to, or someone that I've known, or maybe someone I was a fan of, whatever that may be. If it's not something that aligns, I say no. Like, I'm not compromising that. And I think a lot of women, and that bodes to the beginning of this whole thing, it's like a lot of women and men are compromising certain aspects of self just to be in relationship with someone. Just to be with them. And I think God is like, no, all you need is me. You don't need nobody else on your team but me. I'll bring the right person to you. I'll bring that king. I'll bring that guy. And so if anything doesn't align, or my spirit's like, nah, and it's been saying no a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. My spirit's like, nope, 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 no, 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 no. But it's been saying no a lot lately, and I just think that God is making my discernment stronger. Like, I really want what God wants for me, and I'm not willing just to fill in the space with men that may be appealing. They may have great things going on. They may be super dope, but they're not my person. And my discernment tells me that off rip. And I got to thank God for that. No, it's not that I'm strong. I mean, I just think that over time, we just need, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I've learned that, like, if I put myself in a wrong position or around the wrong people, or around the wrong person, like right now I'm growing. God is growing me. God is moving me in different places and spaces. And I don't want to compromise that. You cannot compromise your purpose. You can derail your entire path by just allowing the wrong person in. You can literally just derail your entire destiny by deciding that I'm gonna align with this particular person. And so, yes, I'm discerning. Yes, I'm choosy. But I think that that's a beautiful thing. And the person that I end up being with, the man that I end up deciding to be with, will know that I was choosy. That at the end of the day, it wasn't just for everybody. It was for him. And I think that's a beautiful story, where you can be more discerning and really like try to preserve your value, as much as you can, in order to meet the person that God has for you. And so I've really been on that, and I believe God is bringing him soon. I believe that man is coming. Mark my words, y'all heard it first. But I just feel like I got to be choosy right now. And I think that we all need to be choosy. Not just allow just anybody in your space. Like, be discerning. Like, your spirit, y'all, your gut will tell on you, right? You'll have one conversation with somebody and be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have that gut feeling. Your spirit will let you know, like, this ain't it. Deep down, like, this ain't, I'm just doing this because you fill in the blanks. But deep down, that is not where God has you. Pay attention to your gut, family. I call it spirit, you call it gut. Whatever you call it, pay attention to your spirit. I don't care if she's the baddest thing moving. I don't care if he's the most handsome thing walking. Pay attention to your spirit. Black Tarantino, I ain't even going to talk about that situation. There's a lot I could go into, but I ain't going to talk about that. Sloan says, I have 2 sons in their 20s who are men, and tell me it's so tough out here finding a quality young woman. It is. Sloan, they ain't lying to you. It's got to be. It's got to be. Nikolai says, I'm turning 36, no kids. I don't play with my future. I'm looking for a real queen. Go ahead, Nikolai, and you going to find her. You going to find her, period. Stay discerning. Stay strong. Chase purpose. Finding the right, Lanaya, you ain't lying. Finding a quality man and finding quality woman is rare. But it's always been rare. It's always been rare to find a good woman. It's always been rare to find a good man. That's why we got to stay prayed up. That's why we got to stay, connected to our spirit. And like really pay attention. Because even when somebody looks good or something looks good, your spirit will tell you it's not it. Your spirit will be like, oh, I know what it looks like, but you don't want to go down that road. Go ahead, known unknown. I love that. Yeah, finding someone, Charles D, facts on facts. Finding someone is easy. Finding the right person is hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. And at this point in my life, I'm not just trying to fill in the space. You got to be somebody that makes sense. My spirit got to be aligned with it. My spirit got to be like, okay, this makes sense for me. And so I'm, you know, it's a choosy season. It's a season where we are being discerning. We're taking different steps. So I want to encourage all the people that are watching to do the same thing. Be discerning in the season, you guys. Use wisdom. Don't be so consumed with the idea of finding the one or finding a relationship that you lose sight of what is really for you. Don't lose sight of what is really for you. Oh my goodness, like I have, ooh. So again, take your time, choose wisely, family. And I will be letting you go for the afternoon. Great show, family. Great show. I love you guys. I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Yeah, and I will see you guys soon, okay? I love y'all. Be sure to share this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. You know that I'm putting out content almost daily, so I don't want you guys to miss a thing, okay? I love you guys. Sam, you definitely have one of the best communities on social media. I agree. A shout out to Karen. What's up, Karen? So I want to go ahead and do that for somebody, for King McCoy. Want to be shout out Karen. And Benji, the advice I'll give you to get through the weekend is trust God, chase purpose, love people. That's what I'm gonna give you. The advice I'm gonna give you: trust God, listen to your spirit. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry, my congestion. Trust God, chase purpose, love people. And yes, I'll see you guys Monday for Hardly Initiated. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you guys soon.